I think in the Middle East, we're closer to war, nuclear war, than we've ever been. I now envision nuclear war, including in the next 20 years within the Middle East, starting a regional nuclear war. I think Iran is pushing towards a nuclear weapon. I would not be surprised to see Israel calculating a preemptive attack on Iran, perhaps even before the election. I mean, this is, I think, the most critical time in world history, and we're on the verge of a major financial collapse and a World War III event. And the globalists would be happy. I mean, you know, kill 5-6 billion people. They're not going to miss them. That's the problem.
I've been interviewing you for probably 14 years, and you've never talked like this grave. And other, even mainline analysts are saying, hit the panic button. And then the politicians, not just here, but all over the Western world, act like they don't care, bring in 5 million, mainly jihadis, put sleeper cells in, fly them in and don't check their IDs. Donald Trump says we should stop this till we check them. There's a war on common sense. What's happening? Because I always thought the leftists were run by big, combines, which they are, and that they didn't believe their ideology, that it was just a way to hamstring young people and turn them into jellyfish and dependents. But now I go back to what you would say 14 years ago or others. No, Alex, they really believe it. They really want to take over and screw everything up to build their utopia. And so now I realize we really have power-mad pseudo-communists run by weirdo war criminals like George Soros going completely insane. I mean, it's crazy. I don't think they even know what they're doing now. It's just they just hate freedom, hate free market, hate Christians, hate America, and just want to screw everything up. I mean, what do we do?
Well, I mean, first, the left and the right, I think we're right back to where we were in the 1930s, that the communists want to have state control. They want to have state control of all private property, but they want social welfare system. They want a totalitarian government. I've said for the beginning that the Nazis, which in a sense I think we've adopted the fascist ideology, we've become state-controlled business, but also with a strong social welfare system. You make a mistake to think that the left and the right don't agree on government spending. Paul Ryan would be happy to spend the United States into oblivion. He's not going to stop spending in social welfare, doesn't want small government. And we're seeing the difference, I think, from the 30s is in the 30s, the United States was more of a capitalist country. We had more individual freedom, and we still had a God-fearing society.
We were less domesticated.
And today that's gone. We've lost a lot of the religious basis of America. This is what's so tragic about Phyllis Schlafly. And the political parties are acting as if they're completely an elite who have the right to control everything. I mean, the GOP and the Democrats alike are saying, this would be a good party, a good political party, the GOP or the Democratic Party, except for the voters. That's the one they can't stand voters.
Do they really believe their spin that they count and voters don't, and they're really drinking their own Kool-Aid? Because are we seeing true megalomania here, Dr. Corsi?
Yes, they really believe it. They believe that they know the best for everybody. Karl Rove and Paul Ryan and the few who are making millions in Washington, the gravy train of the consultants and the all the special interests, don't want to give up their power, don't want to give up their money, either in the GOP or in the Democratic Party. There's a fundamental agreement in Washington, keep the power in Washington, and the rest of the country, forget it, put them on welfare. If they're not useful, they can be eliminated in the next global war, it doesn't matter. Got 90 million people in the United States that the economy doesn't need anymore to work. What are you going to do with these 90 million? What when the 90 million get to be 120 million? Do you think the GOP or the Democrats have a plan for that? No, they don't.
They need a way to deal with the baby boomers. And you show your sophistication as a top financial analyst for the biggest corporations out there and a guy that's worked in all sorts of highest level ops. The elite literally look at it like a ballot sheet and look at all these excess people and want to get rid of them. And that's why they're pushing war, famine, and globalism. That's Agenda 21 that you've written books on, been in films on. This is really where they flipped out and believe collapse and austerity and war is going to cleanse the earth. And it's really just an excuse for them to have total power and control.